What's going down, everybody? It's your boy, That Guy Mile High, tuning back in for another reaction. And this time we got top 10 White House scary urban legends. And everybody knows the White House, you know what I'm saying? It's like the biggest, most iconic, White House on the planet. You dig what I'm saying? I mean, let's just be call spade a spade. It's the biggest White House on the planet. You dig what I'm saying? Anyways, man, let's jump into this and see what they talk about. Let's go.
The White House is possibly the most well-known home in the world, but after years of
say that?
presidential ghostly encounters like Abraham Lincoln to restless souls on the doorsteps, it's now known as a haunted house. I'm your host, Angelo Guerrero, and here are your top 10 White House scary urban legends.
Right.
Starting our list right, we have the ghost of Abraham Lincoln. The ghost of U.S. President Abraham Lincoln, also known as the White House ghost, is said to have haunted the White House since his assassination in 1865. Staff have heard mysterious footsteps in Lincoln's old room, which was odd since no one was in that room. Presidential pets such as Ronald Reagan's would be caught barking at Lincoln's door. First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt also reported feeling Lincoln's presence as she worked in her office in the Lincoln bedroom, as if he were peering over her shoulder. It makes complete sense that they may have seen the ghost of Lincoln, but just in case you forgot, he was brutally assassinated at the conclusion of the Civil War, meaning he had unfinished business, which is a common trend in all ghost stories. Coming in hot at number 9, we have The Thing. In July 1911, Major Archibald Butt, don't laugh, was President Taft's military aide. In a letter to his sister, he stated that the White House is haunted by a ghost of a young boy around the age of 14 to 15 years old. This ghost would be known to all as The Thing. Although very few people saw a glimpse of The Thing, the majority of people in the White House will recall feeling a slight pressure on their shoulders, as if
I'm still confused why they're calling it The Thing, like, just because it's just like a mass of energy or something like that, a dark shadow. Because, like, when I think The Thing, I'm thinking of, like, the DC character from, Fantastic Four and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, like, it's just such an odd name. I just
leaning over them to see what they were doing. Almost all workers at the White House at the time reported the same form of pressure on their shoulders, eventually making it a big issue. The ghostly encounters caused some staff to quit, and others, fully believing in the ghost, questioned the humanity of the ghost. Others had thought it was the spirit of Lincoln's son, Willie Lincoln, who passed away at 11 years old. It's crazy to think that everyone has experienced the same phenomenon. It would be rather hard to think this is faked. The Lincolns are back at it again at number 8, but this time we have Mary Todd Lincoln. Wife of Abraham Lincoln, Mary was said to practice spiritualism in the White House frequently. Influenced by the death of her second son, spiritualism was practiced by Mary to communicate with him and others she held dear in the afterlife. She would report speaking to her late son daily and would also conduct seances within the walls of the White House. As word broke out, desperate families would come to her seeking the unknown. And in the midst of the Civil War, many widowed wives went to speak to their husbands. Mary would begin to notice strange things in the White House, such as hearing stomping and swearing in the room of former President Andrew Jackson, known as the Rose Room. Could it be her interest in spiritualism that introduced more of the supernatural into the White House?
Yeah.
Taking our number 7 spot, we have William Henry Harrison. He was the 9th president of the United States and holds a record for the least amount of time as president, just at 31 days. But his ghost has been there way longer than that. Passing away from pneumonia, William Harrison would also be the first person who died in the White House. Not the greatest achievement, I guess. Now witnesses report unexplained noises from the attic, specifically over the area of the yellow oval room. Now there's a complete 3rd floor that replaced the attic. However, workers still report seeing Harrison roaming the halls and in his room. His apparition appears to take on a blue glow with him, coughing profusely due to his pneumonia. Although no harm has been done by his ghost, the 3rd floor seems to be voided as much as possible to those who work at the White House. Stealing our number 6 spot, we have the British soldier Firestarter. It was the War of 1812.
If I ever became the president, I don't do you have to live in the White House? You know what I'm saying? Like, now that you're just telling me this motherfucker's haunted and shit, like, do I gotta live here? You know what I'm saying? Can I just come to work? Can I have my crib and then I just come, like, the White House is just the office? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just come use the office and that's it. And then I go home. Like, you know what I mean? Is that an option? Is that an option?
Great Burning of Washington occurred, a British attack on Washington, D.C. In this attack, many important buildings in the capital were burned down, including the White House, then called the Presidential Mansion. Then things got unexpectedly worse for the British. As the U.S. government fled the White House, the British thought victory was near, but then a grand-scale thunderstorm alongside a tornado swept the area around the White House, killing both British soldiers and American citizens in the process. If you can imagine a Michael Bay movie, that's exactly how I picture this moment going down. Now, it is said that a lonesome British soldier whose garments date back to the 1800s appears on the White House lawn every now and again. It is said that this soldier is still roaming around the lawn of the White House with a rather large torch, almost as if the flame was eternal. Right in the hump of our list, we have Dolly Madison. The ghost of Dolly Madison, who is the wife of 4th President James Madison, was reported countless times visiting the fabled Rose Garden outside the White House. She was originally thought to be the first who cared for and nurtured the garden, but the Rose Garden was actually created by First Lady Edith Wilson. The story goes that President Woodrow Wilson's wife, Edith, asked a few employees to transfer the garden to a different area, but as they were following her orders, they were met with the angry spirit of Dolly. They were chased away from the area, and ever since, the Rose Garden has remained in the exact same spot where Dolly Madison wanted it. At number 4, we have the Demon Cat. Spotted time and time again around the White House, the Demon Cat takes on many different variations to different people, appearing as a normal-sized cat and as large as an elephant to others. The Secret Service has reported seeing paw prints around the White House, which is surprising since no pets are allowed in the White House. The weird thing is that the cat only appears during a presidency switch or a national tragedy. We can call it the bearer of bad news, and potentially this is where we get the idea of an unlucky black cat. High up in our number 3 spot, we have Anna Surin. Anna Surin is the daughter of the Lincoln assassination conspirator Mary Surin. Mary was the first woman who was executed by the federal government due to her intentions to assassinate Abraham Lincoln. Her daughter Anna would travel to the White House to speak with President Johnson, but would be denied any sort of entry. Her daughter Anna desperately did everything in her power to stop the execution, but to no avail. Her mother would pass. So here's where it gets dicey. It was reported that the ghost of her would still visit the White House, with knocking that got louder and louder. Workers could hear her pleading to spare her mother's life, and every July 7th, she would just be sitting on the steps sad, since this is the day her mother's execution occurred. Coming in at number 2, we have Abigail Adams. The wife of President John Adams, Abigail, was known to enjoy her daily laundry, treating it like self-care. However, after her death, she would still be seen doing it. White House workers reported seeing her ghost doing laundry in the exact same pattern that Abigail did it when she was alive. Abigail's pattern consisted of hanging her wet laundry in the east room because it had the most sun, meaning...
Man, let a ghost... Like, if I ever had a ghost problem and this motherfucker wants to do laundry, like, I think I would have a whole different perspective of ghosts. You know what I'm saying? Like, mama, you doing laundry, nigga? Come on, yeah, fold that shit, put it away, you know what I'm saying? Don't shrink none of my shit. Like, yeah, you can stay here, you know what I'm saying? If there's a ghost that wants out there that wants to do laundry, I'm with all of the shits, you know what I'm saying? That's about the only time that I'm gonna put that out there, you know what I'm saying? That's it. That's the only time that a ghost is not... on my bad, not I wouldn't say bad side, but like my avoid list. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to avoid ghosts at all costs. But if there's a ghost out there that's like, oh yeah, I'll do laundry, you know what I'm saying? Oh shit, I'm with all that. Come on, man.
Be the warmest. And in the afterlife, she's still doing it. President Taft even reported seeing her ghost, reaching out to grab the laundry to the east room for hanging. The White House has then changed the location of the laundry room. However, staff working in that area would report smelling wet laundry and lavender in the room. I don't think anyone can stop her from doing laundry. Taking our number 1 spot, we have the red phone. If there was a presidential symbol to showcase power, secrecy, and responsibility, it would be the most infamous red phone. As seen on many movies and shows, the red phone is a supposed direct communication line between Russia and the US. However, the red phone is more of a metaphor rather than a real object. Did you really think a bright, noticeable red phone carried out the most important and sophisticated conversations between the world's largest superpowers?
Yeah, at one point
instead, secure lines with encrypted messages were used for communication. The red phone instead resembled the security between Russia and the US, and the myth of the red phone rose when nuclear buttons would be painted red, and people would begin associating the two with one another. Makes you think that if this red phone resembled the security of these two nations, all it would take is one bad fall and security be blown and an all-out war starts. Just kidding, let's hope not. We hope you enjoyed listening to some of the White House's most notorious scary urban legends. Take it with a grain of salt, and perhaps use that salt for the potential dead president.
Interesting I never really thought about the White House being haunted. You know what I'm saying? But I guess with all some of the death and unfortunate events and tragedies and shit that's surrounds the White House, I mean, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It makes total sense. I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? It just never crossed my mind. But yeah, man, I think the little demon cat that's like the bearer of bad news, that was interesting. You know what I mean? I don't like cats, but again, I keep telling y'all they're demons. They said it here today. You know what I'm saying? Demon cats. Demon cat, I should say. I can't say cats, but demon cats. Anyways, man, y'all let me know what y'all thought about that down in the comments below. What was your favorite clip? What was your favorite urban legend from the White House? And yeah, we'll talk about it. You dig what I'm saying? I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.